Good afternoon. Look at this craziness. Like big crazy curls. Big crazy curls. So we're going to talk about foundation today because foundation is the start of your whole entire makeup look, especially if you want to cover up like this. I don't have bad skin, but every once in a while I get a little blemish. I get a little pimple. Sometimes I get a little discoloration, especially in the summertime. It's hot, it's humid out. That's why my cheeks are all rosy right now. And it just gets a little irritating because you want your skin to look flawless and even toned. And that's why I wanted to talk about our foundation. So what makes ours different from the thousands that are out there on the market? Obviously ours is wax based. So these are the ones that I am going to fall into the category of. These are going to be like our olive shades. They are wax-based. They do not contain any perfumes. They don't contain any lanolin or mineral oil. They're also great because if you have oily skin or dry skin, it's going to work with all of your skin types. So it's not just a one product for each skin type, like most lines carry. Like, okay, you have oily skin, this is the foundation you need. Okay, you have dry skin, this is the foundation you need. Ours is like a one-stop shop for foundation. So you want something that's gonna work for oily skin, dry skin, combo skin. That's why ours is gonna be a little bit nicer because you're not gonna have to pick between different types. It also has 50% pigmentation in it, meaning you have to use less product to get the coverage you want. Pretty awesome. Considering back when I would use a liquid, I honestly would probably use a good, I don't even know if I'm gonna exaggerate, I'd probably use a good half a cap, if not a full cap of foundation to cover my face because you couldn't get the coverage you wanted. So with it being 50%, a little bit goes a long ways. So typically a foundation, a liquid foundation would only last me roughly 2 to 3 months. And at $36 a pop, it got a little expensive. And nobody has that kind of money where you can just go spend $36 on a foundation every 2 months. You just can't. Ours typically will last me, and I'm gonna pop one of these out so you can see. Actually, I have one right here. I'm gonna pop it up into the camera so you can see how much it is. It's actually quite a bit of foundation. One of these lasts me a good 6 months. And that's if I use it every day. So they're a thicker, you can see they're thick. It's about almost the size of my fingernail, my little short stubby nails. And it's a good size palette. Now with these, they're customizable, so you can use that as a single. You can coordinate it so it's with your concealers, and they just pop into their little homes like this. So one of these is gonna last you 6 months. So I'm gonna show you how the coverage goes over my skin. I know you've watched my videos before where I'm kind of doing a little bit of everything, but today I want to focus on foundation because I don't think people really understand why our foundation would be a little bit better. Obviously, everybody has their personal preference. Maybe you really like liquid foundation. Maybe you like more of a mineral powder. This is going to be a little different. It did take me a little while to get used to just because the coverage is so good that you don't need a lot, and I'm used to caking my products onto my face. So I'm going to spray my face with our primer because it is humid out today. And I don't want my makeup to melt off my face. And as you jump on, you can say hello. Hello, Jen and Augie and Paulette. Who else did this? Hello, Brad and Tyler. There's so many people. My hair is a crazy little show up here today. So our foundation is also non-comedogenic, meaning that when you do put it on your face, it's not going to sink into your pores. It's wax-based, so it's going to actually sit on the surface of your skin, hence preventing you from getting breakouts and from clogging your pores and kind of going against everything that you're trying to cover. My face, I really don't get breakouts. I've been lucky kind of my whole life. Every once in a while I'll get some weird little breakout flare where my skin just goes like crazy. So I'm gonna use our buffer brush. You can use a buffer brush or you can use a sponge. I highly recommend our Blenderful just because it's a little bit more dense. It doesn't soak up your product like a liquid foundation, and it has a flat surface. So you can cover the larger areas. It also has a pointed end so you can get in around like your eyes and your nose. And then it also has the large surface so you can kind of blend it. Hello, neighbor. So you can do it a couple different ways, which is also kind of a fun part. So for those people that do like more of a liquid, you can take your foundation, and I'll show it to you on this. You can take your foundation and you can add in Skin Therapist or Skin Therapy, which is the new name. Hi, Sandra. You can also add in One Drop Wonder or Must Do, and that's going to also help create more of a liquid foundation. So I'm going to use our One Drop Wonder. That's what I usually put in mine, just because not only do I get the benefits from the One Drop Wonder, but I'm also adding it into my foundation, so it's on my skin all day. But your skin is, oh, thank you. My skin is actually doing really good right now for some weird reason. So for this side of my face, I'm going to do more of the full coverage. I'm just going to use my buffer brush, and I'm going to apply it where it's just foundation, no additional product added into my foundation. So we're just going to kind of lightly buff, and I just swirled this brush into my foundation. And you just lightly swirl the brush around, and I only dip this in once. And you can see I'm already covering my whole right side of my face. So it's gonna show up as your left. And hopefully you can see the colors. And my curls are gonna get in the way. So this is just one little swirl of my buffer brush into the foundation. Look at that. So you're gonna get the coverage with minimal product. You're not caking it on. The average, and I just asked Andrea this because I couldn't remember, but the average pigmentation in your drugstore or department store makeup products is 18 to 23% on average. Ours is at 50%. 50. Half of your product that you're putting on your face is color. I'm just gonna kind of blend this. I don't need it to be perfect. Hello, Debbie. And you always want to bring it down. And I actually bring it back and get it on my ear. So you can see the coverage already. So this is gonna be more of a full coverage. This is gonna be more of a natural. I'm gonna kind of dilute it down basically to give me more of a liquid foundation. But look at the coverage already. Like matching my skin tone. I'm gonna turn my comments off. It's matching. I'm really red because I'm warm. You can even see it on me. But this is very natural looking in person. And I didn't even have to use concealer. Like look at my under eye area. I don't have a lot of dark circles, but I do have like a sunken area under my eye, and it's gone. Awesome. The foundation color I've been using this summer is Olive 2. I kind of swap in between Olive 2 and Olive 1, if not mixing them together. Okay, so this is with the buffer brush. I'm gonna get a clean buffer brush, and we're gonna mix it with our foundation, and I'm gonna do One Drop Wonder. So our One Drop Wonder is made from the Pomifera, also known as the hedge ball. The little green hedge balls that are in your grocery store? Yeah, that's what's in this bottle. So I'm just gonna show you, I'm just gonna use a drop. So I'm gonna use my Olive 2 here, and I'm just gonna take and I'm going to drop 1, 2 into it. So you can see it sitting there. This isn't a mystery. Just gonna gonna tighten my cap on. Not doing anything crazy right now to make this like a magic trick. So it's on there, and now we're just going to swirl it together. And it's gonna create more of a liquid foundation. But, so you can see I just did a little bit of swirl and I got a lot of product. There's a ton of product on this. And you're just going to do the same as the other one. And you can see it already, look at the pigment. And we're just gonna blend. Now there's going to be, with the buffer brush, I have noticed that you do get kind of a streaky effect. So I'm gonna show you a little tip of that too. And maybe it's just me. But we're just gonna blend this around my face. Do you guys have any questions at all on doing all of this? I know it's hard to tell in the camera, but I'm just showing you kind of the ways you can use your foundation. So if you like more of the liquid, you can use it with our One Drop Wonder or Must Do. You can add your Skin Therapy into it, which is our face moisturizer. And I usually have a little bit of residue under my eye, so I'm just gonna use our foundation to kind of cover that up. Also, by adding one of our oils into our foundation, you're also going to be creating more of a dewy effect with your foundation. Some people really like the dewy look. I prefer more of a matte. Is it better to use olive color foundation for the redness or Shinto? Well, that's really gonna depend on if you burn. My sister does have redness and she's a Shinto, I'm an olive. So it's really gonna depend, Sandra, on your undertones. So if you have more of the yellows, like a yellow undertone, you're gonna be a Shinto. Or if you're more pink, you will use olive. But it kind of depends, are you talking like your skin color with redness or like actual redness? Like if you have like hyperpigmentation, that kind of redness. It's just gonna depend on your skin's undertones. I guess with me, what I would suggest is putting on a concealer to try and get those colors kind of under control. Those little randoms. Like mine, I know that I'm olive, so I just know it covers mine. So that is what you can do for foundation. Now, if you wanted to, you can use your buffer or your blender full. And I'm going to just go through and I'm just going to dab out my face. And you don't have to do this. It's just a little tip that I like to share. If it's your thyroid, then I think it would be okay for you to do whatever Shinto or olive, whatever is going to be best for your skin type. So if you're going to burn, I think if you burn, you are Shinto. I can't remember off the top of my head right now. Ordered Shinto 0 and 1. Do you think you have more yellow undertones or do you think you have more pink undertones? Like when you look at your chest, like I am definitely more pink. Do you think you have more yellow? You're welcome. Glad I can assist you. I'm just gonna get this worked out. And honestly, I'm getting towards the end of summer, so Shinto, or not Shinto. Oh, you got me confused with the Shintos. But now with it being end of summer, I'm gonna actually probably have to go back to my olive one because my skin's getting light. My tan's going away from Arizona. And also make sure that you kind of buff your foundation into your hairline, because you don't want it to, you know, look like you just popped it onto your face. So, okay, so that is application of foundation, the 2 different ways you can use it. You can build it on as much as you want, if you need more coverage, if you want less coverage. So now if I wanted to build this up more, I can do another layer and keep going until I achieve that full coverage that I'm looking for. Now if you want to get more of a matte appearance, I'm not gonna go into powders today, but I'll just show you. So if you wanted to, you could leave it just like this. You can take your finishing spray, spray it on your face, and kind of go out the door. If that's how you like to go, you don't like to have the powder, you like more of the dewy effect, that's perfectly acceptable. I, however, like more of the matte. But if you are going for the dewy finish, you could just leave it. You don't have to put powder on. However, it does help set your makeup and make it last a little bit longer. And then I would highly recommend our Time Setter finishing spray. This does say 10 years younger because that was a former name, but you don't use a Time Setter because that's going to give you a dewy appearance on your skin. Now if you want more of a matte finish, you're going to use our Perfect Press powder. It is a no color powder. And then you're going to use our Oil Strike finishing spray. And when you put it on, you don't want to rub. You can already see the shine's gone on my forehead. You don't want to rub. You want to push it into your face. I'll just do this side first so you can see the difference. You can see how there's still shine over there. If you like that, have at it. I personally prefer more of a matte appearance to my makeup, because I don't want to look oily, but that's me. Okay, so you can see the matte, and this has a little bit of shine. With my skin specifically, I think if I have shiny, it emphasizes all of like this hollow area underneath my eye, where on this side, it's not as prominent. But that's kind of the beauty of makeup, is you can play with it and make it appear how you want it to. And our foundations, they are $36. So when I first started switching over to Lime Life, it was an easy switch for me because I was already paying $36 for my foundation that only lasted 2 to 3 months. And then I switched to this, which was $36. And it lasts me 6 months. So it's worth the price. It's very comparable, but you're also getting professional quality. You're getting pigmentation. You're also reducing discoloration with your foundation. So with ours, it does stay. The color you put on your face, the color that you see on your foundation palette, that's the color that it will stay and will stay throughout the day. Where most foundations, they are gonna oxidize. So looking back at my pictures, like I remember going into a department store and I loved this one specific brand. That's all I used for years. And I remember being color matched and going, okay, this is perfect. This is exactly the color that I am. I would go home, do my makeup, and my boyfriend would be like, you look like an Oompa Loompa. Like, why are you putting your foundation on like 3 shades too dark? And I'm like, I'm not. Like, this is the color that was picked out for me. Because what happens is you go in, you get color matched, you put it on. Initially, you look in the mirror and you're like, okay, this looks perfect. This is exactly the same skin tone as what I'm looking for. And then you go outside and the day goes on and your foundation color slowly changes in color. Most of the time, it's gonna get darker, it's gonna get more orange, and it's gonna make you look like an Oompa Loompa. This color that you see right here is gonna look exactly the same as tonight before I wash my face. It's gonna be the exact same color. So you're preventing that. So if you guys don't have any other questions, Just gonna spray my face here, and then I'm going to go do some more businessy things and organize this lovely room that I have because it's a mess and I accumulated things over the last few months. So just gonna spray my face down so it doesn't move, because you don't want your foundation to be sliding off your face, especially when it's 90 degrees outside. So that is our Botanical Foundation. So if you guys have any questions, please let me know. Drop a comment down below. Drop a comment in the comments, and I'll get back to you. And if you need help getting color matched, I would love to do that for you too. And if you're in the Wheaton area, I would love to even meet up with you so we can do a personal one-on-one and get you the right foundation for you. But I hope you have a lovely Saturday, and thanks for hanging out. Bye.